the thing that's most crippling in my life is my need for perfection. Like the criticism, the critic in me that needs to have everything perfect. Whether it's production, whether it's quality, whether it's like anything, what I'm saying, what I'm singing, lyrics, topic, my take, the sound quality, you know, the timing, everything has to be perfect, and so nothing ever gets done. And that goes into this thing that I've realized that it's this weird thing, because I think there's too many people that shouldn't be talking that are talking, and I don't think there's enough people that should be talking that talk. And I am going to put myself in that category, whether that's, and I can explain why, is because I wait to talk. And I, I wait for things to settle for me to talk, and I do that, and that makes me slow, that makes me not popular, that makes me, not mainstream, that makes me not like, in the front of things, because media works that way. Like you need to give your first impressions, and the people that talk about something first is the ones that get attention, but they always have bad takes. They're always stupid. They're always uneducated. They always take a bad take because they don't see the whole picture, because the full story isn't out yet, and all these things. And being one of the people that I believe have wisdom, have understanding of the world, of human beings, I really take my time, you know. I want everything that I do to be timeless, but so yeah, so I have this complex thing of trying to having that perfectionism where I can't release anything because I don't have the studio, I don't have the editing team, I don't have I'm not a great speaker. I take pauses. I say I say like, I say and but at the same time, I know that what I have in my heart, what I have on my mind needs to be said, because it's not being said. I don't hear people saying my takes, and so I there's no echo chamber where I exist. And I think that's why I need to be outspoken. I need to put this stuff out, and I need to do all these things, because there's a nuance that doesn't exist that I feel like has to exist. And that's really what like my goal is, and that's really what I'm trying to. That's why I'm willing to put out these crappy quality things, even though it's my best right now. But I have a full-time job and all that. And that goes for other people. Like I'm not unique in this, as in one, maybe unique in, my takes, my understanding, my wisdom, whatever the case is. But, and I know even there's like a lot of videos that I don't fully express myself. Maybe it's because I feel I have that tension I have the tension of attention. So I have this tension where I know that I can be boring. I can take too long to speak something, and that's not fun. That's not exciting. I mean, even me as I have ADHD. When I listen to people talking and podcasts, there's some podcasts that they might be so helpful, but I just can't listen to it. It's so freaking boring. There's also the case that I listen to all of my podcasts like 1.5 or faster, because I need to get information, and people take too long to talk and this and that. And I understand, but that's that's normal speed of conversation. That's what's like bothers me, and like hoping that people will have grace with me is that, well, I mean, even if they like, hopefully they watch my stuff and times, whatever, because I know I'm slow. I know I take a long time to get my point across, but I think my point is worth it. And if I were to do my homework every time and have this whole thing prepared every time, one, it sounds fake. One, two, it's ingenuine and all these things. It just and it's just a lot of work that and it's time that I don't necessarily have right now because it's not my job. It's not my full-time job. So I have to just settle with that. But there are people out there. Like, I think this goes into like the complex of the music industry, of just everything. So there's a Bible verse that talks about how the love of money is the root of evil. And I didn't really believe that. I know me, Christian, believing the whole word of God, yeah. But, I like, I did think about this independently, but Bishop T.D. Jakes talks about this as well. And I heard him say it, and I was like, oh, wow, cool. It's pride that's the root of evil. But I think the pride is the root of personal evil. Well, I guess I'd have to think more about that because I've realized that the degradation, the destruction of life value, of the pricelessness of everything that we can achieve as humans, it gets destroyed because of greed. When something beautiful turns into a business, it's over. It's over for that. When music was just about the music, people explore, people are excellent, people, express, and they're real. But when it's about the money, then you get repetitiveness. Then you get a lack of creativity, a lack of edginess, a lack of like trying new things because you know what works. And this is happening in the movie industry. This is happening in every industry. Greed has rotten everything that humans could create and do, government, everything. And why I bring this up is because if greed isn't your motivation in any capacity, then not that you have the right to speak, but that you should speak. If you don't care about the fame, it's just this irony that the people who are the most quiet, who just sit and watch, who see things happen, and they're just kind of keep to themselves because they don't want to say the wrong thing, or they keep to themselves because they don't want to offend anybody. They keep to themselves because, whatever the case is, I feel like those are the people that need to talk the most. And I do this even in ministry. So I look at the Enneagram a lot, and nines are all about peace. And so they don't want to disrupt any peace, but they're also the most insightful. They can be the most insightful. Nines are the kind of people who are just watching, who experience life, but kind of like, as a fly on the wall. And they see everything. They kind of know what's going on, but they don't want to express it. And those, I tend to find, I just have a habit of going to the quietest people and just being like, what do you think about all of this? And they have insights, and they think because they're thinking more than they're talking. And so, loud people are always going to talk first, but a lot of the times they have to talk to figure it out, right? But these quiet people are figuring it out internally before they can talk. And so when they're ready to talk, they're ready to talk. And we just need these people to be more bold, and be like, dude, it's okay for both sides to be right, kind of deal. And I don't mean that just politically, but just in any facet. Like, it's okay to be nuanced. It's okay to take, 10% of this idea. It's okay to, have common ground with the person you're against. These things are fine. These things are okay. That makes you honestly more intellectually honest. But I just don't see that, and I know people don't do that, not because it's their personal views. Maybe it is. I doubt it, but it's more for the views, for that.